What up, Ben? Welcome to this week's edition of the War Podcast as we dive into St. Patty's Day.
Patty's Day.
It's a little bit old school here. It's that shipping off to Boston, boy. You don't know nothing about that, though, Ray.
Nope.
Oh, Coey Redneck.
That's right.
We got the redneck Mainer over here.
Oh yeah, I got to see
here.
I got to see these guys live. It was fun.
Yeah.
With Bonnie Muddy by Stones.
Nice.
It was good.
All right.
Man, I'm loving this time of year. I'm loving this time of year.
The Are We Ready podcast.
It's the Irish time of year. We don't get many.
Dude, I just got to ask you guys a question. Why do the Irish keep getting screwed, man? Like St. Patty's Day's on a Sunday? What the hell? And then, it's leap year, right?
Yeah.
Because you got friggin' the extra day. I mean,
It's perfect
Got
for the
all
Irish.
we can't get this on a Saturday night? I mean, what self-respecting Irishman is going to stay up getting bombed on Sunday?
All of them, they're going to start Saturday, and they're not going to finish till Sunday.
Well, it's good you say
all
that
the
because
Irish
we're
Catholics.
starting on Friday. That's how
right.
we're doing it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's for all the Irish Catholics out there.
Uh-huh.
Get blitzed before they go to church.
Remember, McDonald's fish fillet was made for you.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing better, Johnny.
Out in the Waffle House.
Oh, the chili-covered omelet.
Hey, you know what I used to hit when I was in the military? Remember?
I don't want to know what you used to hit in the military.
Well,
If
some
you
things you
remember,
want to
you
forget.
weren't there.
One of the hot
repented.
spots when we were out. Shoney's. Remember Shoney's?
I do remember showing it.
Shoney.
The
Yes.
big boy. It suits
Uh-huh.
you. Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh! Shite.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
He's
If
on
I
fire.
had feelings, they'd be hurt.
They be
He's on
hurt.
fire.
Yeah, they be hurt.
Good thing I am Irish.
The producer's on fire.
We too damn done to get our feelings hurt.
Man.
What's going on with you brothers?
Ooh, just looking forward to the holiday, man. Looking forward to the holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the one day of the year we could get some love for the Irish. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's just the one day a year everybody's Irish. You know that shit? It's like Cinco de Mayo, everybody's Mexican.
Please tell me you're
And
not.
St. Patty's Day, everybody's Irish.
Please tell me you're not dyeing your beard orange again this year, Ray.
No. No.
Oh, Darby O'Gill over here.
It's gone white. It's staying white.
Oh,
That's it.
Darby O'Gill. And then you got the guys like Mike that are a 16th Irish talking about my ancestry.com over here.
20. I'm 1/4 Irish. Thank you very much.
A quarter. Yeah.
I'm Scottish too.
A
Scottish.
solid quarter?
Yeah.
And then you got my buddies who think they're Irish, get Irish tattooed on their forearm, goes home to see his parents and goes, "Son, what's that?" He goes, "It says Irish." He goes, "Why does it say Irish?" He goes, "Because we're Irish." He goes, "Son, we're freaking Scottish."
They both wear kilts, though. I mean, let's keep it 100.
We're Scottish.
I had a buddy that kept telling me his whole life that he was French. He said he fights with his feet and makes love with his tongue. And I went and saw him a few years back, and he goes, "Johnny, you ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this." I'm like, "What's that?" He says, "Bro, I'm not even French. I'm Scottish." I said, "No shit. What gave it away? The red beard, dude? You look like Seamus off of freaking Braveheart, and you thought you were French."
Yeah.
Oui, boy, oui. You know, it's funny. Years ago, when I was in the military, I come home to visit. My buddy took us to this Irish restaurant, and my buddy had his scally cap on and everything. He's all Irished up, and I'm sitting at the table. When you're young, you really don't have a filter. I'm like, bro, like, why are you wearing a scally? You're French. Like, why are you even in an Irish restaurant? I mean, this guy needs some like French fries, some French bread. You got any of that French dressing? He's like, "Man, shut up, dude, shut up."
I'm Irish today.
Yeah,
It's
Irish
St. Patty's
today, my
Day.
ass, yeah. I can say I'm 65% Irish.
There you go.
65%. And, my it's not my ancestry. I did my heritage. My heritage took me back to the mother country, the motherland, where my people came from. They were persecuted heavily when they came to this country, but nobody wants to talk about the Irish now, do they?
No, nobody
The Great
wanted the
Potato
Irish.
Famine and all that shit. Nobody wants to talk about that, man.
They need reparations. That's what they need. For,
Yeah,
for
Irish
all the
reparations,
time-
dude.
For all the time of being indentured servants and working on railroads.
Well, they couldn't get jobs.
That's it.
If
Nobody
you
would
look at
hire
if you look at a lot of people that are in America today, their last names were not what they are today. They were changed.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, family members in my family, they changed their last name from an Irish last name to an English last name when they came to this country so they could get jobs.
I don't think my family was that smart. They just dropped
Dude,
they just dropped the O, thinking this shit ought to work.
Your family fell out of a
Flannery.
Hey, your family fell out of the back of a wagon and landed in a trailer, Ray. That's what happened to your
Been there
family.
ever since. Hell, I moved into a real house and I couldn't stand it, so I moved back into a trailer.
Modular home. Don't front, brother. Don't front. You're in a modular home.
Modular
Quit
home.
acting like you're in a double wide.
I felt too bougie. I felt too bougie living in a subdivision. I had to move back to the trailer.
Bouged it up, boy. Bouged it up.
did.
No
Yeah, but you own
self-respecting
property.
Irishman over
Mr.
here.
Shillelagh.
Yeah, keep in mind, Ray, you own property, though. You
Well, he
can build
keeps
that
playing
house.
with his old shillelagh, and that's why he's got to live over the trailer, because he keeps popping out them kids like Pez dispensers.
No, I figured out what caused that. I figured out what caused that and spent $40 to stop it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, they told me for an extra 10 they would have used a sharp knife.
I'll tell you what else helps stop that.
What was that?
When she just says no.
That's called her abstinence.
But you know,
Not your abstinence.
I'm doing this for us.
a
Do
good
you want to have another child? Hell no.
A good-
Okay, then. Get off me.
a good Irishman can talk his way into anything,
Yeah.
into trouble, into drunkenness, and
Into Shillelagh.
It's the talking our way out of it that's the problem, you know?
yep.
It's hard to talk your way out of something when you got a shovel in one hand and a pint in the other.
We tend to talk our way into it and have to fight our way out.
Yeah.
It's the way it ends up going.
Well, they do say that the three biggest cities that to be at in America, if you want to celebrate St. Patty's Day, is Chicago, New York, and number one is Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. That's why the Red Sox have all those songs. Shipping up to Boston. They get all the
Red Sox?
Yeah, the Boston Red Sox.
Oh yeah, they also have Sweet Caroline. Where you going with this, dude?
I'm just saying they get a lot of Irish songs because of Irish. I've been there. I've been
Oh,
to
have you?
parades.
Oh,
been
have
to
you?
parades.
Better than parades, huh?
I've been to those parades.
Carrying
Been
them
to the
flags,
Irish
weren't you?
bars. Yeah. No, not those ones in
Somebody
Zoom.
that told you that was the Lucky Charms flag, you thought?
Wait a second.
I've been duped.
Wait a second. It was June. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been duped.
Speaking of that,
I think it's important to know your heritage. I really do.
Absolutely.
To know where you come from.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Know your generations. Know your ancestry. Your genealogy.
I was looking up the other day. I was like, if St. Patty's Day's coming, maybe I want to move to Ireland. I don't know. So I started looking up, what it costs to live in Ireland. What is it comparable to the United States? And, what's there to do in Ireland? And I want to know why they all came to America. The only thing to do over there is get drunk and get pregnant. I mean, there's nothing to do over there.
Yeah, that's about it.
Once you see all the castles and everything else, that's why they ended up in the pubs.
Yep. Hey, you know the mark of a true Irishman?
What's that?
The mark of a true Irishman is where you can tell somebody to go to hell, but you frame it in such a way that they'll actually enjoy the trip.
Oh shit! You been working on them dad jokes all day or what? Oh, little St. Patrick's Day there, boy.
I mean, think about it. That's the way, like I said, we can talk our way into anything.
Well, and then you got St. Patty's Day. Everybody loves old St. Patrick, who wasn't even Irish. I mean,
Then you tie in a little redneck and you got friggin' genius.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeehaw, son bitch.
He moved all the snakes.
Ray
John.
thinks that he could just call his horse Lucky, and that makes him Irish.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not my horse I'm calling Lucky.
I love the piss.
He always does that.
My horse is such an ass.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I do love St. Patty's Day. I think it's a great time of the year to get a little corned beef and cabbage, a little, boiled dinner, some, you can make some hash when you're done with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Some
This-
Guinness.
What's funny is I'm not a big Guinness drinker.
man, I
I'm
love
not a big
Guinness.
heavy beer like Guinness is just too heavy for me. It's like a milkshake in a can.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's
Oh,
like drinking a
yeah.
loaf of bread. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Rye bread at that. Rye bread.
Right guy.
What about you, Mike? I mean, what are some of your Irish traditions you guys do in your family over there for old St. Patty's Day?
Back in Maine, my uncle would rent out an entire his yacht club. I'm like, man, where the hell did my uncle get all this money? But anyway, so he would rent out
Those are
this
questions
yacht
you
club.
don't ask,
I know.
Mikey. You don't ask those questions.
So we'd rent out the yacht club. We'd have
do
a
if you
big
want a
boiled
golf
dinner. We'd have a big boiled dinner. It was a good time. I mean, it's the only time we really got to see everybody all in one central location. That's what I remember for St. Patty's Day. going up to the camp. And then once my grandparents passed, pretty much that was it.
That was the end.
That was
You
the end of
didn't
it.
carry on any of the traditions, Mike. You put on
No,
everybody else.
I know, pretty much.
I guess you weren't the lucky charm.
No, I was not.
Such a lovely memory. Such a lovely memory.
It was until I passed.
Lovely.
No, so lovely.
I don't know. I'm getting to an age too, like going out in it's just a little bit much.
Yeah.
You know?
We are getting old.
That's for the college kids. That's for the kids.
Yeah, for the young
that-
folk. For the young folk.
that want to
Bit-
go out.
For the
and
wee
just
little young folk. The
Kiss
wee
me.
little people.
kiss me, I'm Irish.
Yeah, been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it'll haunt you, all right.
right,
You're
okay.
damn right.
Freddie
Freddie,
just searched up the word
Freddie, why
St.
don't you
Patrick's
share
Day
with
and
us
hope
what
you
you
found something.
what are you going with that whole it'll haunt you on St. Patty's Day thing over there?
I don't know. The title sounded interesting.
Hey, you know what it is? It's the
I
gift
did
that keeps on
exactly
giving,
as,
right?
As the Mainer said.
He just took a guess and said, "Hey, this ain't St. Patty's Day. Let's see what we get."
I
There
mean,
you go.
St. Patty's Day is
Why
the gift that
not?
keeps on giving because
They're
you'll
rolling
feel
the
it for
dice.
3
They're
days
Lucky
later.
Charms.
Oh yeah, if you do it right. If you do it right. That's why you got to start early.
Well, you got to do that in your 20s, your early 30s. You get our age, it's like, throw me a little corned beef, a little
Yeah,
piece of
yeah.
bread, maybe a, little shot of whiskey,
Oh yeah.
and night. Night.
Actually, John, I just thought of something else we did. With a great Irish American picnic in Maine. All the Irish families would all come to the beach, and they would all play volleyball and all that stuff like that. That was fun. I remember that when I was a kid. I never went in when I got older.
So what kind of food do they have at this picnic, Mike?
Oh, I mean, of course, corned beef. You got all the classic Irish food that I never really ate.
You don't have a friggin' clue. You
I have
didn't-
no clue.
Let me tell you something. I
I'll
know
remember-
you've eaten shepherd's pie.
Oh, yeah.
This guy would
Dude,
eat shit in a can, and he's talking
How
about,
the
well,
hell-
I don't know.
How the hell did I not remember? I thought that was an English thing. Is that Irish too?
got
You always
cottage
get it
pie,
Irish,
cottage
yeah.
pie, shepherd's
Yeah,
pie.
shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Fish and chips, John. Fish and chips. That's Irish too. If you go to
Fish and
Epcot
chips.
and Island, that's
Oh, yeah. That's how Mike gauges, the holidays. Whatever they got at Epcot.
what do they got at Epcot?
Yeah, that's how it is, yeah.
Oh wait, no. Actually, I made a big move, man. Finally got rid of Disney. Told my kids. They said, "Well, we're gonna fight you." I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's done.
So what'd you do? Go
It's
get yourself a
done.
bicycle pump and pump up them nuts, Mike?
Oh, I'm done. I'm done with
The
Disney,
Reebok
man. Done.
inflatable pump nuts.
Done with Disney.
Mike's been getting a little stiffer on the backside.
Shillelagh.
lately. Yeah, he's getting a little stiff shillelagh going on over here.
You shall like
His
your
old shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
I need a refill of my drink.
Drink.
Get your helmet buffed, Mr. Shillelagh.
Polish me 4-leaf clover.
You know, it's funny, though. People think about St. Patty's Day. All they think about is, like, booze.
Yeah.
There's so much more to that. I
Would
mean,
you say boobs?
boobs are
Green.
nice. Boobs are nice. Little shamrock tassels. And
Taskles.
tassels. Anyway, I digress. But, a lot of what you see in America today actually came over here with the Irish.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand all the contributions that the Irish community has had on this country. I mean,
River dancing.
oh yeah, river dancing, yeah, river dancing. Way to go, Mike! You just ruined it. Like
I know. That's why I did it.
I can't wait to see you getting mugged on your way to the house by a bunch of Irish thugs. But
You get your ass kicked by a Pez dispenser.
Halloween,
Oh.
the way we celebrate Halloween, that came from parts of that came from Ireland. Christmas, a lot of things that we do with Christmas come from Ireland. There's a lot of things that have come from the Irish, the homeland of Ireland that have been brought to America. And, a lot of the firefighters in a lot of these cities and police officers were of Irish descent. That's why it's so huge in New York and Chicago and in Boston. So it's important, I think, for people to understand, how our country is built and who it was built by.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Let's see what else they brought. Keep going.
What do you got there? Rick?
That's what I was trying to figure. I was trying to find some stuff too. I was trying to get all the different, a huge workforce,
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
the future of unions.
yeah, I mean, that could be good or bad. Depends on who you're working with. But
Yeah,
I mean,
back in the day,
it was a necessity.
it was
back
necessary.
then.
Yeah, because back in the day, the iron mills and stuff were taking just ridiculous advantage of all the people. So that's how the unions, got started. The spread of Catholicism.
Oh yeah. And McDonald's, Mick.
McDonald's.
I mean, if it was Scottish, it would have been called McDonald's.
Yeah.
Here's a stat for you. 6 million Irish people have immigrated to the U.S. since 1820, which is Maine's actually when we joined the Union. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well,
That's all I got.
that's all you
That's a
get.
pretty good stat.
6 million people have immigrated. That's about what Biden's let in so far, at least.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
not a quieter room.
They probably
though.
came in legally, though. That's the difference. But I digress, And they were treated
Ellis
like
Island.
garbage when they got here. They weren't given $5,000 in cell phones. You know what I mean?
0%
They had to change
interest
their
mortgage.
last name and work in sweat factories.
Houses with 0% mortgage, John. You don't
they
0%
don't get that.
interest.
That's
You don't
what's
get
going on
that.
with it. I mean, did you see the movie Far and Away, Mike? The guy had to get in, out in the wilderness with a wagon and to put a stake in the ground, claiming his land. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah. Far and away.
Yeah, don't you like my heart, Shannon? Why
You're not
can't you
wearing
say
a
you
hat.
like my heart?
You're not wearing a hat.
Just say you like me hot.
But you're not wearing a hat.
I mean,
So the Irish.
a
brought-
classic movie right
It
there.
is, yeah.
Darby O'Gill and Little People. I mean, come on. The Quiet Man. These are some classics here,
Yeah,
people.
they are.
The Irish brought clam chowder and sour
Yeah.
cream
Clam chowder. I mean,
and pancakes.
who the hell doesn't like clam chowder?
I love clam chowder.
I love clam chowder.
I love
Bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash, baby. Bangers
Love
and
it.
mash.
My fave.
It's funny. My brother went over to Dublin, and he told me that Dublin reminds him a lot of Boston.
Oh, yeah?
So that tells you right there the impact it's had on these inner cities. And there's sections of New York like that, and Chicago.
the potato.
Everywhere you go, there's always a great Irish pub. Have you noticed that?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
That's true.
I never met one I didn't like.
and great music. You go in there. There's always a good feel, good music, a lot of acoustics.
You always feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's just laid back. You have a few pints, as they say,
Oh, yeah.
in the mother country over there of Ireland. Few points.
I love going to an Irish pub, man. I do.
Yeah, I do. I dig it.
I got to limit myself. I got to be careful.
I actually go to to an Irish store when I go back to Massachusetts
Yeah.
every time I go back there. And this lovely lady by the name of Bridget's, it's called Bridget's, shameless plug. But she, every time I go in there, this lady's like 90-something years old.
Wow.
Still working.
That's awesome.
And,
I believe it.
Beautiful little store. Everything's out of Ireland. I come walking in with my scally cap on, and she lets me know that it was made in China. She goes, "That's a nice looking scally cap you got there."
Where'd you get that piece of shit?
You know it's made in China? I
Stay
said,
out of
"What?"
that Walmart.
Son of a.
I was like pissed
Oh, I bet.
because it's a Boston scally.
I know,
Right,
I thought,
right.
I bought it in Boston.
designed in Boston, but they're made in China.
Right.
You got to dig deep to find that information.
Dude, that's true.
Or else you pay
So-
$50 for it.
Yeah, but it's just I go over there every year, and she's got a beautiful store, and I always try to find something for the missus. And
It's going to be a
Nice.
sad day when she's not there.
yeah, it is. Yes, but her daughter works there, so it's nice.
Is her daughter into it?
Yeah.
Like she really enjoys
Well,
it.
she's Americanized. She's not,
But I mean, she's going to continue on the family tradition.
yeah,
There you
that's
go.
totally
Okay,
different.
that's awesome. See that I love.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there, that's America to me.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on the tradition.
Yep.
That's awesome. Too many people, too many younger traditions just want to, man, Papa and Granny
Yeah.
built this hell of a company, and my mom and dad took care of it. Now they've given it to me, and it's worth $50 million.
I'm
sold.
Well,
You know?
if you think about it, America, we call it the melting pot of the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which all inclusivity. You think about it from one standpoint, it's nice to everybody be accepted, whatever.
Right.
But in the midst of that, we've lost the sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at culture, like we're losing cultures, man. We're losing
yeah.
traditions.
Yep.
And it's not just Irish or English. You see it in the Mexican families. You see it in the Portuguese families. You see it in the Puerto Rican families. The traditionalism is dying off with the newer generations. They don't want no part of it.
Yeah.
And the days of carrying on those traditions are coming to a screeching halt.
They just hate the country, but that's not.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just they're Americanized, and
Yeah.
nobody seems to care about that anymore. It's not important.
The biggest problem is the generations coming up don't even know what Americanized is.
Nope.
They don't know what America stands for. They don't know why they're even here. You know what I mean? And they don't appreciate anything that's been done to allow them to be that way.
Well, I think that's why it's so important as we get ready to celebrate this, St. Patty's Day holiday, to take time out to learn a little bit about your heritage and understand where you came from and how this country got started and the women and men, women, and children that have built this country. The same thing when you do Cinco de Mayo and other holidays that recognize certain groups or certain types of people. We should embrace that and encourage that and be about that.
And a step deeper than that, because the news and all that is throwing in your face, it was built on racism, it was built on bad crap things, you know what I mean? You have to do a little digging to look at particular companies, how they got started.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the railroads, how they got started. Look at, go back really far back and look at why America was started, not just what was done here, but why. Why did they leave, and why did they come here, and why did they start this?
And why we're blessed to be here.
Right.
People coming together. It's exactly what heaven's like. Everybody, all races, all creeds, you name it.
But you're right, Ray. They don't give a rip.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Old people have no wisdom anymore.
Well, it's funny. You think
That's why
about
they're pissed.
You think about it, and everybody wants so desperately to be different, but yet we're all trying to be the same.
Right.
Everybody's still trying to fit in and mix in and just kind of coexist, rather than stand out and stand on the principles and the things that make us who we are.
Right.
And culture is one of those things.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And that's not a bad thing. That's a beautiful thing,
Nope.
And I've always been fascinated by other cultures of people. I've always wanted to know about other cultures and why do you guys do this and why do you do that and how do you make this and where did you come up with the idea to cook this?
Mm-hmm.
All these type of things fascinate me, and I think that we've lost that sense of wonder.
Right.
And we just live in a world today where we look into that little box and everything is so accessible that we don't need to have conversation anymore, and we've lost our traditionalism as far as, what built this country. And it's been people, and it'll continue to be people, People
work
either build it
ethic.
or tear it down, one or the other, and we shouldn't be ashamed of where we came from. We should embrace that. That's what makes us different.
You got to choose to find the positives in everything. I tell my kids that all the time, no matter how bad of a day you're having, you can choose to focus on all the crap that's happened, or you can choose to look for something good that happened. And it may be the fact that, okay, well, I only broke one toe instead of 3. But hey, that's better. It was only my pinky toe instead of my big toe. You have to choose to find something positive in every situation, or you're just gonna bury yourself.
Yeah. Well, the other part of it too, I think, is that, how do I put this? I just think that so often we want to just kind of go along to get along, and we want to fixate on the negatives, like you said, instead of the positives. This country was built, and it's like, for instance, like take St. Patty's Day, for instance. All people want to talk about when it comes to St. Patty's Day is corned beef and cabbage and drinking beer, getting drunk.
And wearing green.
Right, wearing green, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking about, that is not all that encompasses this one culture of people. I mean, there are so many beautiful things that have come out of the country of Ireland that have been brought to America that has helped build this country, and we should celebrate that, know? And same thing with Cinco de Mayo. We go, oh, it's a good time to drink tequila and drink, margaritas and cervezas and all that. No, it's a good time to celebrate this culture that has contributed so much to our country and to our lives
and their traditions
and the traditions that have been built. And and I would just encourage people, as you go out, this and do this and enjoy the holiday. Just be mindful of that.
Dig a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look past the surface of things.
Well, one of the best things they brought was work ethic, and that's what I was working with my kids. It's like, don't you feel better when you get something done? And that's exactly what the Irish did. The Irish brought that to the United States, and I mean, all the other countries too. But I'm just saying as an example. We're talking about the Irish right now, but
there's no job beneath them. They do whatever you want them to do. They didn't care.
And that was all people at that point in time, because everybody wanted a new fresh start, a new beginning, and a new opportunity. And we just happen to live in a country today where there's too many handouts.
Yep, that's
There's
the problem.
They're not hand-ups, they're handouts, and people are getting too comfortable taking handouts rather than pushing forward and working hard and digging in. I mean, we get
Said
this
a mouthful
mentality
there, Johnny.
of a sense of entitlement, and
Yeah.
we think we're above it, whereas those folks that came before us were willing to do whatever it took to take care of their families.
Well, I think a lot of people are just getting pissed off right now because of all the immigration that's coming in. The illegal immigration is because they're not working. Like, they're not working for it. You know what I mean? Like, they're coming in illegally. They're doing their thing. But what they're doing is they're not, like, they're just getting stuff. And I think that's what's pissing people off.
But the thing you got to
One of
think
many.
about is you can't get pissed off at the people for that. You get pissed off at the people that are giving it to them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I
I
agree.
mean,
Agreed.
think about it. If you drive down this street right now in an ice cream truck giving out free ice cream, after the first kid gets it, word's
Yeah.
going to get out, and you're going to have kids chasing your truck all day.
Down the block.
Looking for free ice cream.
Exactly.
The people are going to take what you give them, right?
Exactly.
So I don't ever hate on anybody for doing that. I mean, they're looking for an opportunity. And, they can't, legally they can't work because they're in the country illegally. So it's kind of a conundrum there. But,
They're finding ways.
sure. But
Ray, you were going to say something?
You know, we were talking about too many handouts and everything. I mean, you go to any zoo, go to any wildlife preserve, every sign you see, what does it say? Do not feed the
Do
animals.
not feed the animals.
Do not feed the animals. You'll change their hunting habits. They'll learn. They'll forget how to hunt. They'll be expecting the handouts. Do not feed the animals. And what do? We're animals. We're mammals. We're
Yeah.
technically we are animals. So what happens when things are just given to you constantly? Why should I go to work? I got everything I need. I'm just gonna sit here.
And that's not what this country was built on.
Exactly.
That's
It's
not
the
what this country was
complete
built on.
opposite of what we were built on.
And we're celebrating one group of people, but that you're talking to one group because of this particular holiday. But there are a lot of groups of people that have built this country with blood, sweat, and tears through hard work and dedication. And I understand the frustration that comes with it. But again, don't hate on the people that are taking the free ice cream.
yeah.
Chase down the guy that's driving around the neighborhood in the truck and ask him why he's giving it out. You know what I'm
Truth.
saying?
You know, I wonder if there's any other. So we got Cinco de Mayo and we got St. Patty's Day. Are there any other big days other than like Christmas and Easter and
Well,
stuff like that?
you have a lot of German. You have a lot of German Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Okay.
Where
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
celebrate
yeah,
the Germans.
Yeah.
I mean, they've brought a lot into this country too.
Well, that's what I was thinking. What are
There's
the
a
other
lot
ones?
of there's a lot of
Thank you, Johnny.
holidays.
But I think it is St. Patty's Day and Cinco de Mayo, the only ones that are really well known that people
'cause of
actually go out
drinking.
and there you go.
Because of drinking. Let's cut all the
Yeah.
bullshit. It's
Well, don't
because
they do
All
that
the
in
bars
October?
get the money.
Yeah, it's all about
yeah, Oktoberfest too. But
commercialized.
yeah, but not many people. I mean, I see the
it's drinking
commercials and
again.
stuff.
That's all
Yeah.
consumerism, alcoholism,
Yeah, true.
and what's marketable, right?
When you really think about it, everything, Christmas,
Yep.
it's all
Easter.
it's
Yeah.
all based on spending money.
Yeah, it's all about consumerism.
So
Everything's
go
about
out there
consumerism.
and learn something. Quit giving them your damn money.
Big
Grab
J's,
a-
Big
you-
J's Christmas party.
Yeah, baby. You know how I do it.
Consumerism, baby.
Grab your phone and Google. Get some information. Get some knowledge on your history.
Yep.
No, you got to bring something to get something, though, Freddie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's the difference now. You
Start none won't
you
be
gotta
none.
get a JD Rails Christmas party. You better bring a gift if you want to get one. That's how we operate.
You don't bring nothing, you ain't playing.
You ain't playing.
And
So
no-
I guess to wrap this thing up into a nutshell, at the end of the day, we want to celebrate the Irish. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all those listeners out there.
These days.
Drink safely out there. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too stupid. I mean, we don't need people ODing on corned beef and cabbage. That could be a bad thing for your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other. No, hey, no Dutch ovens on St. Patty's Day. You just don't do it. But while you're out there, be safe. But take the time out to get to know the culture you're celebrating, because the Irish are so much more than drinking beer and getting crazy and fights. You know, the fighting Irish. It's a good time to reflect upon the contributions that have been made to this country. They've been made to the world by the people of Ireland. And we just want to say we salute you, we love you, we celebrate you. And that, my friends, will hell. That's where the rubber meets the road.